Well, just in time for Passover, but filled with recipes perfect for year-round comes Jake Cohen's new cookbook, Jewish, reinvented recipes from a modern mensch. And Jake is here with me now. Welcome. It's so good to see you. I love that we're cooking.
I love it. Some of my favorite times are with you in the kitchen, even over Zoom.
I know. I'll take it where I can get it. But I want to talk to you about the title first. What does it mean for you to be Jewish? And how did this whole idea for the book come about?
I think it really starts when I met my husband. I grew up in the city to this very stereotypical Seinfeld-esque Ashkenazi family. And then I met him, and he's Iraqi Persian Jewish. And neither of us are very religious, but for, I would say, secular Jews in America, food is so crucial. It's so important. And our definitions of Jewish food were completely different. When we met, he had no idea what babka was. I had no idea what kubba was. All of the rituals are the same, but the foods that we ate to celebrate them were completely different. And we really started this journey to explore each other's cultures, blend families, and this book is that representation of it.
You get into some controversial topics in this book too, like the perfect anatomy of a bagel, which I think that's a big debate, like what makes a perfect bagel, especially here in New York. So take us through what makes the perfect bagel.
I'm a very devout New York bagel follower. New York has the best bagels. I know everyone who follows me from Montreal yells at me, "The Montreal bagels are better." So be it. Think what you want. God bless. I think that's amazing. I love a New York bagel. And people always talk about New York and the water, and that's what makes the good bagels in New York. It's not the water. It's the Jews. You follow communities of Jews, and that's where you'll find bagels because it's a Jewish food. So since New York has such a huge, incredible Jewish population, that's why we have such amazing bagels.
But we're not talking about that today. We're going to talk about some desserts. You've got some great desserts in this book. Tell me about some of the things that you feature in here. And I feel like some of them are customizable, which I love.
Everything. I think that's the key part. We're talking about Passover, so there's this song that you sing called Dayenu, and the whole concept of it is it would have been enough. And it's referring to all the miracles of the story of Exodus. If any one of them happened, it would have been enough. But I think you could use that really to any moment of you in the kitchen. Whatever you do, it's all going to be okay. Just express gratitude for the little things. I find that at Passover, we're so used to those canned macaroons and dry flourless chocolate cake. I wanted to put a huge emphasis on kosher for Passover desserts that really were stunning. That would be kind of good year round. And today we're going to be making my Macaroon Brownies, which are so next level.
You had me at coconut and chocolate.
We're going to start on the brownie layer. It is unlike a traditional brownie because we're going to be using coconut flour as our binder, an alternative flour that's kosher for Passover, and it makes this whole thing gluten-free. But we're going to start with getting our eggs and sugar whisked together. So you got 4 eggs in a bowl. We're going to be whisking those 4 eggs with a cup of granulated sugar, a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, a teaspoon of instant espresso, which just adds I think just such a beautiful flavor with chocolate, and then a teaspoon of salt because we always need salt. We could also throw in a tablespoon of vanilla extract. We're going to be adding in a chocolate ganache in a second, and I use butter, but if you want to make this dairy-free, I say in the recipe, you could use coconut oil. If you like coconut so much, exclude the vanilla extract and use all coconut extract. Add some almond extract if you want it to be a little nuttier and give some of those Almond Joy vibes. So here we had 8 ounces of dark chocolate that I threw over a double boiler with 2 sticks of unsalted butter. This comes together, so you see that this is really quick. It's not anything is super complicated. Now we're gonna add in a cup of coconut flour, and last but not least, I'm gonna be adding in milk chocolate chips. So I'm spreading this out, and then we're gonna pop it in the fridge, ideally for an hour, but really at least in the fridge while you make the macaroon mixture. We're going to make a very, very easy coconut macaroon layer. So we're gonna start with 4 egg whites. I always start beating the eggs until they're foamy. You're not making a meringue, but you want to start to get some bubbles before you start streaming in your sugar. Once the sugar is in, we're gonna throw in our flavorings. So I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon of salt because where there's sugar, there needs to be salt, and then 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla or some kind of combination of whatever extract you like. And we're looking for stiff peaks. The only thing that's left is throwing in the coconut, and we're literally just gonna throw in 4 cups right into your mixer. And now you're literally just gonna throw this coconut right on top. Again, you spread into an even layer. I think the key part is that we're gonna have an equal layer of coconut and brownie, which I love. I'm gonna pop this in at 375 for 30 minutes. That's just my golden time. For this one, the visual cue is just a nice even golden color of your top layer of coconut.
Oh my goodness, it's like heaven. Well, Jake, thank you so much. It's been so much fun. Please pick up his cookbook. It is available everywhere, and follow Jake on social media for even more great recipes. Happy holidays, everyone. Chag Sameach.
Perfect. Oh my God. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Always a pleasure to bake with you, Sara.